Hey, it's Des. I'm back with another video. On this one, I'm going to be reacting to the Aston Villa game. So let's get straight to it. So the first thing, man of the match, Gabriel Jesus, fantastic performance. What I'm going to mention of him, what I love about him is just the amount of work that he does outside the box, and yet still manages to get into the box to poach. Especially like if you look at the first goal, still managed to get into the box, even despite the fact that he drops deep to link up play. He goes wide, runs the channel, makes so much runs in behind all the time, constantly making himself available, yet still in the box to poach. It's like we've mixed Aubameyang and Lacazette together, and then we've given them like intensity and even more mobility and even more aggression and speed. You know what I mean? Like it's just unbelievable, like what he's offering to us. So yeah, the next thing I'm going to mention is just looking at the second goal, for example. That's basically the blueprint of how Arteta wants us to play. When you think about the way they're positioned, like how they're positioned, how you got Martinelli wide on the left, Saka wide on the right, Odegaard like in the right half space, Xhaka in the left half space. You've got Gabriel Jesus up front. The way he wants us occupying each of those zones is how the second goal unfolded. When you look at Gabriel playing the ball all the way from deep to Martinelli, who brings the ball down, finds the player on the opposite side there. Tomiyasu then finds Saka. He does the 1v1 dribble, gets the ball across, Martinelli scores the goal. That's basically how Arteta wants us to play. So that second goal is basically just Arteta's blueprint shown shown for us to see in terms of that second goal. And even for the first goal, if you look at the positioning of all the players as well. So just credit to Arteta for that one right there. The next thing I want to talk about is just the front three, just the work rate of that front three. Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli, Saka, how much work they give us, how much they offer the team. When you think about how they just constantly available to receive the ball to feet. Always they can receive the ball to feet in any position, under pressure, back to the defender, in a wide area, centrally. They're always available to feet. They're always available behind. If you look at the second goal, Martinelli was available behind, which is why Gabriel was able to play that long ball there. When they're constantly available behind, it just makes it difficult for the defenders, because the defender feels that sometimes they can drop deep to receive the ball, sometimes they can spin back to receive the ball. So the defenders are always on there, always moving, always checking for them, because they always have someone who's going to either drop deep or running behind them. Also, they're available in the air as well, because they can receive the ball high. If you look at Gabriel Jesus, for example, receives the ball against defenders back to in the air, wins aerial duels against defenders, just because of how tenacious he is in these duels with defenders. The same with Martinelli, the same with Saka. They can receive the ball to their chest, aerial balls to their chest, receive it, grab it, turn the ball, face the 1v1 player, and then try to beat him again. Another thing is the way they just constantly making runs in behind, constantly making runs in behind the defenders. Again, as I mentioned as well, because as I mentioned, keeps the defenders on their toes constantly. Then another thing is they constantly offer like a press. They're always pressing. So they offer a defensive option in the front three, always pressing all the time. They always never let the defenders have any rest during the build-up play, constantly on their toes, and just to allow them to either they have to rush their build-up play, or they have to quickly release it, or they have to go back to their goalkeeper. Again, they basically just allow us to play balls that we normally wouldn't play in prior seasons. Because when you look at, for example, Gabriel Jesus quickly makes a run in behind Ben White's side, but plays a long pass into the right half space, because they know that Gabriel Jesus is going to try and win that duel with his defender and get there in time. And we saw Saka do that against Mings, who eventually brought him down, which probably should have been a penalty. And we saw Jesus also have balls in behind like that as well, which he tries to win as well. We see Martinelli the same way. They just give us the possibility of playing passes that we normally wouldn't. When you look at like Liverpool, what they used to do with, sometimes if they're trying to build up play and teams are pressing them, they just go along with Van Dijk all the way over the top to either Mane or Salah or Firmino. So it just gives us another option where we don't always have to pass the ball, then build up and try to play out through the opposition's press. If the opposition are pressing us too much, we can always have the option to go along, to go over the top, either to go along to feet, to go along to their head, to go along to their chest, anything, to go along in behind. They basically just offer us the option to do all of that, which is why that front three is so great for us. Another thing I was going to mention is Xhaka's fitness. So for me, I feel like if you look at the on the ball in terms of that left half space where he's basically occupying during the game, if you look at players who do that in a similar system to us, which is like Pep, you look at David Silva, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, you look at what they do on the ball in terms of like receiving under pressure, turning, playing a quick pass around the corner and things like this. The on the ball responsibility of that position, he's not so much offering that. But what he does offer is what that position requires off the ball. And he's able to do this because of his fitness level, his engine. He's able to continuously do this throughout a whole 90 minutes game, consistently make those runs into the box, consistently making himself available, because we have to think about this. If a player makes a run to the half space or into the channel or in between the centre back and the full back, the defenders are gonna have to pay attention to it, regardless of if they think that player is a threat or not. But any player who makes a run in that base, they're gonna have to pay attention to that player. We used to have Aaron Ramsey doing this. So when Xhaka makes that run, he basically automatically attracts defenders away from Martinelli or away from Gabriel Jesus. He attracts defenders away from them. So it's just a consistent, what's it called, threat when you have someone just making that run, and he does it over and over and over again. If you look at the first goal, he made that run there, made himself available. Martinelli played the pass to him. The defender approached him. So once he played that cross across and Martinelli deflected it, it was only Jesus that could get that ball because the defender was already paying attention to Xhaka, who was in that left half space. So that's just what he consistently offers us, and this is due to his fitness level. We already know how durable he is, whereby he barely gets injured and he's always available to the team. So the fact that he's able to consistently make that run and over and over 90 minutes is great for that. Is great for that position. Is a great thing that he's offering to us. So although I feel like we can improve in that position, what he offers in that position in terms of his intelligence, understanding how every player around him are meant to be positioned, as well as how he's meant to be positioned as well, and what they're meant to do at all times, and also offering this engine in there, he's playing that role exceptionally well at the moment. He's playing it well. So let's see if he continues to keep on, playing at this level against all of opposition. Another player that I want to mention who plays with emotion and a lot of passion is Gabriel. For me, he's a juggernaut defender. He reminds me of the Sergio Ramos kind of defenders, the Pepe kind of defenders, the Marquinhos kind of defenders, the ones who just want to be involved offensively, defensively, who are just constantly involved in the game. You know what I mean? Just trying to make impact, trying to make big moments. This is why he's always involved in big moments, especially offensively, where you see him get goals, because he's just always in the box trying to make something happen. He's so alert. For a defender, he's so alert inside the box. When you cross the ball into the box from a corner, from a free kick, any loose ball in the box, he's so alert to it. So for me, Gabriel Jesus, I mean Gabriel, what's his name? I don't even know how you say his second name, but anyways, Gabriel, for me, he's just constantly alert in there. He's just constantly alert, and I love the way he plays with so much passion, so much emotion. Obviously, at times he becomes too aggressive and tries to force it, which leads to some mistakes, as I've mentioned in a previous video. But overall, I love what he offers us. Another thing I want to mention is the character of the team. You saw against Leicester, every single time we conceded, straight back to it again, straight back to score again, straight back to score again, concede, straight back to score again. Aston Villa conceded, straight back to score again. And it's not just the fact that we're just scoring immediately. It's not even about the goals. It's literally just about the intensity at which we're playing after conceding. Our heads doesn't drop. We don't fold. You know what I mean? We're not folding under pressure or anything like that. Instead, we pick up and we're trying to make something happen immediately. We get the ball, we're trying to force things to happen immediately. You can see even when the goal doesn't happen, you can see the intensity of the team. You can see like they want to go and score. You can see they're trying to make something happen. It's just about amount of time until they eventually get the goal. So that for me bodes well going forward. The fact that the team don't drop when they concede. In saying that. After that, let me just talk about Nketiah as well. His development, insane. The fact that when he first came into the team initially, he seemed like just a poacher, but then all of a sudden now he's showing so much technical quality. He's showing ball carrying ability, dribbling ability. He's showing that ability to drop deep, receive, turn. He's showing strength in 1v1 duels, showing runs in behind, all these sort of things that he's doing. We knew he could make movement into the box. You know what I mean? Goal scoring movement. But the dribbling ability, the ability to not just beat the man, but then create separation from the man as well. You know what I mean? And then he plays with these cutbacks once he gets into the final third. He's so switched on, so aware. He's added so much to the game. Not just technically, he's also added a lot of strength in this preseason as well, which bodes well for the future. I just hope he gets a bit more chance. Obviously, we're going to see him more in the Europa League, so let's see what he offers there. But I'm just happy with his development and just want to see how far he can go with it as well. Another thing I wanted to mention was the atmosphere in the stadium. The atmosphere was unbelievable in the stadium in this game, and it has been the whole season, even away from home as well, especially when we're chasing the game as well. You can see that the fans are behind the players, roaring them on to go and get the goal. Obviously we know in the past we've had some bad atmosphere at times, but this season I feel like the fans know that something special could be happening, and they're right behind the team as well. So just great to see the atmosphere there. But yeah, I'll cut the video short there. The next video I'm going to be talking about transfers. Thank you.